Oh boy, 49ers got a big one this weekend, and I'm not sure that defense is fixed. What's up, everybody? Welcome in. I am Seth Floyd Hansen. This is the Seth Floyd Show, and today we are talking 49ers Cardinals in San Francisco this weekend. Huge division matchup. And I'm going to preview a few things here and tell you my worries and the things I'm confident about. And I always get nervous when the 49ers play the Cardinals for one reason, and it's Kyler Murray. Now, last year Kyler didn't give us any issues, okay? But here's my deal with Kyler, okay? Kyler last year, since we're going to stay on that topic, last year Kyler was still not 100% healthy. He had come back. In fact, in that first game, Kyler didn't even play. Now that I'm thinking about it, I think it was Colt McCoy. But that second game we played him, we still handled him. That game was in Arizona. Kyler was not himself still. So another year removed, and Kyler definitely looks better than he did last year. I know the Cardinals are 1-3 to start the season. But Kyler himself on an individual basis looks better. Part of that, he's got Marvin Harrison Jr., okay? I think that he is making a huge difference for Kyler and that offense in general. But here's my deal. Anytime, I think just as a 49ers fan, I have PTSD from playing any of these quarterbacks that can move, any of these quarterbacks that can run, okay? We all know what happened with Lamar Jackson last year, Christmas Day, if you're a 49er fan. Actually, even if you're not a 49er fan, if you love football at all, and you turned on that horrible Christmas night game that we all had to endure if you're a 49ers fan, and Lamar Jackson just ate us up. I know Kyler isn't Lamar Jackson. Okay, he's not going to run the read option as much. He's not going to just kill you home run plays. Sorry, I want my computer on. Not going to kill you these home run plays with his legs like Lamar will. But here's my biggest thing with Kyler is on third downs. The 49ers this season have had one of the worst third down defenses. I'm not worried about Kyler. I don't think he's going to run for 100 yards, 120 yards. I'm not worried about Kyler throwing for 300, 350 yards and 5 touchdowns. That's not the threat that Kyler brings. The threat he brings is on third down. That is what just keeps me up at night when I think about playing Kyler Murray, is on third down, which the Niners have been bad. It's 3rd and 8. Niners are about to get a big stop, get off the field. They're not in field goal range. They're going to have to punt, and they just cannot get Kyler on the ground. They get some pressure. Kyler wiggles out, and he's able to find room, and he scrambles for 9 yards. Or he scrambles around enough that, your DBs can only cover for so long. He scrambles by some time and eventually finds a guy. And I'm worried he's going to do that over and over and over again. Because as 49ers fans, we've been terrible on third down this year. Even against the Patriots, that first drive, we had 3rd and 8 and 3rd and 7 and immediately gave them up. Back-to-back plays. It just is, it's so defeating. And I'm not sure what the answer is. I'm not acting like I've dug into the film. I know that they switched, just John Chapman Twitter account. He's a big 49er fan account. He breaks down a lot of film. He's saying that the Niners in week 4 against the Patriots went to a lot more cover 4 rather than cover 1. Cover 1 implies a lot more man-to-man with a one high safety. Cover 4 is more of a zone look, which is great. I think cover 4 can hurt you on third downs though, because you're just playing soft, and if the quarterback knows the zone, you're able to just kind of put it in there. Anyway, I don't have the answer. I'm not saying one is bad, one or what our strength should be. I just want it fixed, and that's what worries me about Kyler. Okay. I think he could gash you on third down specifically. I don't think he'll dominate a whole game, but on third downs, he can be a backbreaker for sure. So his stats on the year right now, he's got 6 touchdowns, 1 interception. He's averaging 194 passing yards a game, so he's not blowing the doors off. He had a really good game against the Rams. Marvin Harrison Jr., who I'm going to talk about here in a second. We'll just talk about him. He's got 4 touchdowns on the year. He's averaging 60 yards a game right now. He's got 4 touchdowns, but 3 of them came against the Rams in that game where the Rams were super lifeless. So I'm not sure. I think Marvin Harrison Jr. is going to be a great receiver. I'm not sure he's at a status now where he could just take over a game. He can gash you if you're not playing well. If you're not pressuring Kyler, then Marvin could have a good game. But he's not a guy who's single-handedly just going to take over just yet. But I have questions about the defense, so I don't think it's off the table that Marvin Harrison lights us up. James Conner is another one that, like, I feel like he always plays well against us. If you guys remember last year after the home game against the Cardinals, Hufanga and Conner got into it, started shoving and pushing each other. They hit each other at one point, hit each other in the face with their helmets on. Whatever. He's a tough runner. He is a competitor. I mean, look at his story. When he's at the University of Pittsburgh, diagnosed with cancer, overcomes that, returns to the field, gets drafted by the Pittsburgh Steelers, now plays in Arizona for the Cardinals. He's like the kind of guy I would want on my football team. And he reflects that in his play, in how he hits the hole. He's hard to bring down. And he worries me too. Again, not that I think James Conner is going to run for 150 yards and 3 touchdowns. Like, I don't think he's that kind of running back. But I do think in tough spots, a 3rd and short, a 4th and short, around the goal line, like, he's a physical runner who can get the job done. And so I worry about that. I worry especially because the 49ers run defense hasn't been great. It was good against the Patriots. But my main take is I'm not sure the defense is fixed. And I can't say that they are because of that Patriots game. They were so lifeless. The Niners, for all I know, on film, again, I'm not breaking down the film. I don't know the assignments. I'm not in the coaches' meetings film. Maybe they did play bad. Like, we don't know. I know they made some big plays. The Fred Warner pick, the Nick Bosa sack, strip sack, fumble. Like, that was great. I assume they played all right because the Patriots didn't do much, but they're so lifeless on offense. Jacoby Brissett is not it. They have no receivers. Ramondre Stevenson's like fine. He's a good back, but the offensive line for the Patriots is not good. So I don't think we learned anything. For all we know, they look bad on film, but the Patriots were just so inept. So I think you're going to get a better measuring stick this week against the Cardinals of really where that defense is. Okay. And the other thing is I know the Cardinals are 1-3, but given those 3 guys I talked about, Trey McBride also I think is going to play. I haven't seen anything if he's going to play or not. He missed last week against the Commanders because he was in concussion protocol. My guess is that he's back this week. And Trey McBride he's not a Laporta or a Kittle or a Kelsey or any of those guys, but he is a high volume guy who knows how to get open. He's going to catch a lot of balls if you're not prepared. I'm not worried about like his run after catch ability, but he's a high target, high volume guy that Kyler Murray really trusts. So my point is, if you don't play well on defense, then Kyler, Marvin Harrison Jr., James Conner, even Trey McBride, those guys could gash you. This game could I don't want to say get ugly, like they're going to blow you out, because that's not going to be it. But this game will feel a lot like the Rams game if you do not play sound defense. If you let them gash you. Now, to play sound against Kyler, you have to maintain your rush lanes, okay? This is not a game against Jared Goff or a Matthew Stafford or one of those guys, Kirk Cousins, who's going to sit in the pocket and you can just let the big dogs eat, meaning you just, like a bat out of hell, hair on fire, just go get the quarterback. You cannot play guys like that. You have to maintain your rush lanes. You have to not get deeper than the quarterback. You have to rush but keep yourself equal with the quarterback, if that makes sense. That's how you swallow. You got to slowly collapse the pocket on this quarterback, okay? Because what happens is if you get too far upfield, if Leonard Floyd and Nick Bosa get too far upfield, you are opening rush lanes for Kyler Murray to run through, okay? And we haven't always been great at that. We did it well against Kyler last year. That was like 75-80% of what Kyler is this year, I think, as far as his mobility. But that's how you maintain your rush lanes. You don't get too far upfield. Make Kyler play from the pocket. He's not very tall. Make him play from the pocket. Just kind of mush the pocket back and get your hands up. That's the best way. And then if he tries to escape, you're in a good spot where you can try to make a sack. But if you are just a bat out of hell, getting upfield too fast, that is a bad way to play against a quarterback like this. Okay, so don't let him gash you. Play disciplined, sound defense. I think they can, but I don't think they've done it yet this year. I don't think they have. I know those guys on the field. I don't know them personally. I wish I did. That would be cool. I'm saying I've watched this team. We have a lot of guys that have been on this team for 3 or 4 years on that defense. I know they can do it. They just haven't done it in 2024 yet, but this is the game that they need to get it done. Okay? Now, why obviously feel good about this game is the Cardinals defense is not good. It is not good. Just some advanced metrics, okay? Their EPA rankings, okay? Arizona defense versus the pass. EPA is just an advanced, it's estimated points average or points per attempt, something like that. Sorry, I should have written it down. Basically, it's in a more advanced way. It's kind of like the DVOA rankings, a more advanced way to look at an offense or defense and special teams more than just like total yards, which traditionally before these advanced metrics came out, you just looked at, which offense has gained the most yards? That's the number one offense. Or which defense has given up the most yards? That's the worst defense, or whatever. You get what I'm saying. Now they have like more advanced stats that give like context to these yards and things like that. So whatever. It is a credible, a lot of people use it. EPA rankings, okay? Versus the pass, they're 29th. That's real bad. Versus the run, they're 27th. That's real bad. Overall, their EPA ranking, they are number 30th. Number 30. Number 30 defense in the league based off EPA rankings. On top of that, their rush defense, they are averaging giving up 146 rush yards per game. I say that to say this. That is a good matchup for the 49ers. I know that like they've run the ball. I know Jordan Mason has run the ball well. He's second in the league in rushing right now behind Derrick Henry. But it feels like there have been a lot of key second and shorts or third and shorts even where we've tried to run the ball and not gotten it. And it's forced a punt, or we've lost 2nd and 2 and we try to run the ball and we end up on negative place, and now it's 3rd and 4 and we're kind of in this uncomfortable third down situation. And that's not typical for 49ers offense run game. Maybe that's because McCaffrey's out. Maybe the offensive line has taken a step back. Maybe defenses are just figuring out how to stop the run better in this Kyle Shanahan system. But the offense runs the best when we can run the ball. The offense operates the best, probably what I should say, when we can run the ball. Okay. You also see these red zone woes. We've not been a good red zone team. We went from being the best red zone team in the league last year to below average this year, and part of that is because the run game has stalled when we've needed them most. Okay. So a couple of my predictions for this week. Okay, given just some of those bad Arizona Cardinals defensive stats and outlooks, okay, I think Jordan Mason hits that 146 yards average they're giving up. I think he hits that, okay? I think that our red zone woes end this game. I think you get, let's say if you have 5 red zone trips, I think you're scoring 4 touchdowns out of those 5. I think we're going to be able to run the ball. And 49er fans, I'm calling it this week. Okay, this is the Brandon Ayuk gets in the end zone, kind of get right game for Brandon Ayuk. Okay, I'm thinking that because if we are establishing the run, that means you're going to establish the play action pass, and we know how deadly Ayuk and Purdy are together in the play action pass. I think he scores. I think he has 8 or 9 catches. I think he'll push that 100-yard mark, have a touchdown, and we will all start to feel a little better. And we need this win. I said this after the Rams game. I will not have like overwhelming confidence that we will even win the division if you do not win the next 3 games. Well, we won the first one, okay? Patriots game, you had to win it. Of course you were going to win that game. This is a step up from the Patriots, okay? Cardinals are definitely better than the Patriots. They are not a powerhouse, but they can gash you if you're not playing well. They played well against the Bills. They gave up a big lead to the Bills in week 1, okay? They dominated the Rams, okay, week 2, okay? They played the Lions tough, and then they looked lifeless against the Commanders. So I imagine you're going to get the best version of the Cardinals this week. You're going to get a better version than what you got against the Commanders, for sure. We got to win the next 3. If you can win Sunday, then you look ahead. You're looking forward to Thursday night football, short week on the road in Seattle. Like, how in the world is it 3 years in a row we were playing Seattle on the road on a Thursday night? Just crazy. One last thing I want to say. I lied. Not one last thing. I like 3 things real quick. Okay. First is in 2 games last year against this Cardinals defense. I know it's not identical, but it's the same defensive coordinator, basically the same roster construction, okay, against this defensive coordinator, which is the main thing. This scheme is what I'm trying to say. The Niners scored 80 points, okay? They scored 35 in the first game, 45 in the second game. I think Kyle Shanahan has a good feel for how to defeat this defense and how to get the most of them, okay? That being said, the last hesitation worry I have for the 49ers is this. We are ranked dead freaking last in special teams.
I'm special!
32 out of 32 in special teams. I think that's the DVOA ranking. 32 out of 32. Can we just, I don't care about making any big special teams plays. Can we just stop the bad special teams plays? Can we just like kick every ball into the end zone, every kickoff, every punt? Can it just like be deep and out of bounds or into the end zone? Like I would, please stop trying to pin them deep. Just put it in the end zone for all I care anymore. Just stop these. Don't give up a block punt. Don't give up a big punt return. Don't give up a big kick return. Don't give up a blocked field goal. Stop giving up fake punts. Like, can we just have a normal special teams game? I don't care. It doesn't have to be a good special teams game. It doesn't have to be a great special teams game. Just don't have any blunders. I don't want to even think about special teams after this game. I don't even want to remember a single special teams play other than like a Jake Moody field goal or two. It would be great. Okay? My keys to the game. Okay? My 2 keys to the game. I'm going to start doing this every week. I'm going to identify them. Even though I'm like already been talking about them, I'm going to identify them here. Sets, keys to the game. First, avoid the special teams blunder. I just went off on a tangent on that. Avoid the special teams blunder. Do you guys know that if you score a touchdown on special teams, the percentage chance of you winning the game goes up by like 50%. It's some astronomical number like that. We used to talk about that all the time when I was coaching in high school here in Texas. Like, you score a special teams touchdown, it goes up dramatically. Well, the 49ers, I guess they haven't given up a special teams touchdown yet, but like it just feels like a ticking time bomb. So stop with the bad special teams plays, okay? The same goes for if you block a kick, like even if you don't score on it, your percentage of winning goes up like dramatically. Like, avoid that big special teams play that is going to turn the game. No more special teams turnovers, no more stupid mistakes on special teams. The second thing is get off the field on third down. You have to find a way to get off the field on third down. You even struggled early on with the Patriots with it. You cannot struggle against the Cardinals getting off the field on third down, and Kyler scares me for that. That needs to be the number one thing on defense that you're talking about this week. In those meetings at practice, that should be your main focus. Those are my 2 keys to this football game. I think the Niners are going to win. This feels like that Rams game. It feels like that Rams game. Now, I'm more scared of Sean McVay and Matt Stafford than I am Jonathan Gannon and Kyler Murray. But this feels like that Rams game, a game you should win in division, but you just don't know. Division games get weird. I'm going to say my official prediction. I haven't even written this down. I usually write it down before. I'm going to say, I think the Niners are going to score points. I think they're going to score a lot of points. This, to me, has 35-17 written all over it. So that's going to be my official guess. 35-17, maybe a 35-21. I'm going to stick 35-17, okay, is my official prediction. And hopefully they can stick to my keys to the game. My keys to the game. Can't talk, guys. Anyway, thank you for hanging out with me, guys. It's been awesome. I love doing this. This is so much fun. Please like the video, subscribe to the channel. Make my life dream come true, just making content, doing it full time. That would be unreal. I'll have a reaction video to this game. Go back and watch my entire Week 5 preview. It was a live stream last night, but it's a Week 5 preview. I talk about all the games. It's about an hour long. And yeah, share it with your friends, share it with your enemies, and let's go. I'm out.